What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. We'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis and live discussion like we do every trading days, Monday to Friday. And I apologize for delay a little bit due to the technical difficulty. I'm delayed for 10 minutes, but thank you for being patient and I will try to give as much as information in this live session so that it really helps every traders to trade with high potential. As you can see, gold is doing very nice looking price action now. Early today we closed one trade on gold with profit, the other one we closed break even, and the price action is a little bit of confusing. I know every trader is getting a little bit confusing on gold price now, because when the trend changes, it really does a lot of confusion. Either it is a false breakout or it is a breakout. The reason is, in the market, more false breakout than breakout. So definitely we have to be cautious, and that is the goal of this trading, is not to lose money. Sometimes you have to accept the lose. I mean that over the long term, not to lose money. Okay, this is the main key points in trading. Don't lose money, but you need to accept the losing trade. Don't lose money means like don't stay losing money over the long term. When you gain profit, take it like that. So with that being said, let's begin today's session again with gold, starting with intraday perspective. We have seen that gold price, as you can see, we have seen in the early session today. As you know that I do all the time two sessions. One is in before London session, one in now. So if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, subscribe and also press that bell button so that whenever I'm coming live twice in 24 hours, you are notified. Now, when we sold gold from here, okay, I moved the take profit target at 1665, and also I informed my students, and we secured the profit in this zone, so which was a nice winning trades. And again we bought gold from here, okay, and then we closed again. The reason is gold created this bullish candle, okay. Now at the same time, in most cases you see that this kind of candle again turn into a bearish candle. Very sometimes very confusing to understand the market, but to me looks like that gold is so far looking like bullish. We need to wait for a breakout, okay. Like dollar CAD also looks like that bearish. Similarly gold look like bullish. So all are interconnected. Let's say when gold bullish, dollar getting weaker, and all the pairs will reverse. So that is why we need to understand actually how the market is moving. One pair will tell you everything, including the dollar yen, gold. They're almost correlated. So we'll be looking at all of this aspect, guys. Before I go further, make sure you smash this like button so that the video stay in the top. That really helps, and I appreciate your help in this Forex Trading Wizard Academy. With that being said, let me look at the chat, guys. You guys are waiting. Thank you very much for your patience. Buma, good day, sir. Buma, thank you very much. Hello, I think it's better to start live streaming 30 minutes earlier. The New York session starts. So let me see. I think the trade now, the time is like the daylight saving is approach. I have an app that I use to see the timing, because it's very confusing, the timing. So currently New York at 7:45 a.m. So what time you guys are thinking to let me to start? In New York I see it's 7:45 a.m. So New York session, suggest me. I want to know actually which time you guys prefer. So one of you senders said that, hello, I think the better to start the live streaming 30 minutes earlier the New York session start. So in that case, I need to move the live streaming maybe half an hour later. Are you suggesting that? I will do that. Let me know. The more people will be in the same side, I will be in the same side. So let me know in the chat, do you want me to move the live streaming? Let's say you can see on my PC it's 11:30. Normally you start 11:30 p.m. Sydney time. I can start at 12 a.m. Now I know some area the daylight changes, like the timing changes. It's really confusing sometimes. Time changes because in our zone it stays same, other area time changes. So let me know in the chat so that I know clearly what you guys are up to, and then I can go into that. Everything is for you. This is your channel. It's live streaming for you. So if I don't bring value to you, then I will not feel that I'm doing the great thing. So yeah, it's up to you. Haidar, so from Pakistan. Thank you, Haidar. Agai, good day, coach. Thank you. Good day, Agai. Thank you very much. Haidar, yeah, I let's see what happened, and it's same as double top. Okay. Amarit Singh, yeah, no problems. Thank you very much. Okay, sir, awesome. Good afternoon, family, and our coach Wizard. Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much, Laura. Gold, please have a look at it. Thank you from Sri Lanka. Thank you very much from Sydney, Mohanad. All the times, coach. Thank you very much, Mohanad. Thank you for being with us. Gil, 30 minutes earlier, no problems. Favor change first stream hour later. No, first stream hour later. Okay, so first stream hour later. Okay, I will change that first stream 1 hour later. Okay, no problems. All looking into it. Okay, good morning, coach Canada. Okay, 30 minutes early. Yes, 30 minutes earlier. So you want me to do 30 minutes earlier or 30 minutes later? Let me know clearly. So Canada time came earlier or it moved? I think it moved far, isn't it? Like you are finding me early or you are finding me late. So if you find me early, then I might need to be late. Okay, good day, sir. No problems. Good day, please. Who is micro trader? Okay, good day. Thank you very much. So let's look at gold again, guys. It's really gold price action is really confusing. Let's look at first of all news calendar. It's also a factor because there is news coming up. So calendar, tomorrow USD. Tomorrow election. Okay, that means that after 10 minutes is gonna be tomorrow. Okay, so election tomorrow all day long on USD. So that could impact. That is why actually gold is ranging. You know that this is the main reason. And Friday will be massive day for gold and dollar CAD, GBP USD. Okay. Yeah, especially USD pairs, USD CAD and GBP USD will be massive day for Friday. I love trading this kind of news because that gives a big edge in the market. Okay, now gold. Looking at gold again, guys. See, the way the price action form is, there is a probability for dropping as well as rising, because let's say this one closing as a doji, right? And you see in the market, a lot of market, you'll see a drop from like that. Let me show you a couple of things. But it doesn't mean that I'm telling that gold will drop, because this candle is still not closed and there is a lot of factors involved in it. But how we look at the market, let me look. See, I remember I have taken this trade and also I have traded all of them. So JPY, see this candle, let me show you where is the trade. So when you see especially a drop and then one green candle and doji, in most cases you see some drop. So with that in mind, gold, if this one closes as like that as a narrow doji, okay, let's say as a narrow doji, there is a probability for gold to drop again, okay, even to this level and then going up. So a long term, see, always bigger trend such as monthly, weekly is always highly likely to happen. But now still we don't know, as I told you, that it could go up again, could test this trend line and then could come back again. But let's say if this one closing as a doji, narrow doji, there is a probability for drop again, okay. So we'll look at this one. The candle will close in 1 hour 8 minutes, so make sure you guys stick till the end to see how it is, you know, doing, and based on this we'll decide which way we'll be trading. Currently we close one trade with profit on gold and the other one we close break even. So today, I'm talking about today, so yeah, if there is anything, yeah, we'll definitely look at it in the meantime. So let me look at Charik, NZD USD, yeah, no problems. Chad, good day coach. Chad, thank you very much. Versarna, hi coach, thank you very much. Raghav, I'm long on a UDCAT, will it go well? We'll look at it. Nyan's 30 minutes early, okay. DXY, please start the stream 30 minutes early, okay. So I'll be starting the stream 30 minutes earlier. The first session can be 6 UTC and the second session 2, okay. Hagai, thank you very much for your suggestion. I'll look at this time and I'll do, adjust. So this one I'll do 30 minutes earlier, okay, no problems, and the other one I'll adjust accordingly, okay. I'll keep this time recorded, 6 AM UTC and second session 12 PM UTC, okay, no problems. Thank you for your suggestion and help. So let's look at now dollar CAD. Why I'm looking dollar CAD is because what I think that, guys, the way dollar CAD has formed, okay, looking at weekly, this is the USD CAD chart. Looking at monthly, see, there is a probability for dollar CAD now again to go up for short term. You know, as I told you before, in most cases market moves like that. So what it does, when it becomes overextended with the monthly low or monthly high, you can expect a reversal again. So dollar CAD, but if you look at the overall, this is an impulse, okay. On the monthly, first 2 months we have seen a big impulse, okay. Now these candles is correction phase is always a bit slower than, you know, that impulsive phase, but at some point we should see on dollar CAD the price to come back again to test this previous support, which is turning resistance, okay. So with that in mind, let's look at the weekly. Weekly we have seen a false breakout candle, okay. Now the only thing is that the price this week, after opening a little bit of false breakout, and we see some push to the upside. Now from here, as you can see, you could see a green candle even like that, okay, possible, dollar getting stronger, or you could see a red candle. So for me, what I think that for short term, what we can expect, I don't think that dollar CAD will just drop from here directly. What I think that it will go up again, probably will test the daily high and low, where there is a daily high and low. You see that daily support and resistance. It might break this daily high and low and then could come back down again, okay. So as I told you, see, this is a very, very important concept. If you understand it, you can predict market like a very, very accurately. See, exactly what I told. When you see this kind of doji, in most cases, you see that the price came back around half of the doji, whatever the time frame. Now, the benefit of knowing is that when you look at higher time frame, you can get a lot of trade on the lower time frame. Now, this is daily, and you can see this is the daily week. Let's draw a level on this one. So this is the daily week, bottom week, and this is the daily week, top week, right? Now, by knowing this fact, what is the benefit is that you know that the price tested the lower part of this daily week. Okay, now it might be heading to the upper part of the daily week, so you know the direction. It's a huge probability, isn't it? Now once you know that, let's go to the 4 hour or even lower time frame. You see that from that zone we see the prices creating a higher low. That means that we could potentially see exactly where there is a 4 hour 20 period moving average is where the limit of the daily high of this that we are talking about. So with that being said, what we could see that USD CAD has gone up, tested this 20 period moving average, probably will create a lower high with this middleman, and from that zone what I think that USD CAD will melt down to the monthly level of support like that. So that means that we still have a probability for going there, testing this zone, and then we could see a drop on this one. Okay, I strongly believe that this is might happen. Now if the price touches the 20 EMA, we will open position. We already have a group, separate group, where we already send the signals to sell from this level, and let's see what happened. Okay, I think that this is gonna happen. The price will go up, will test the daily resistance, and then will come back down, and from that level we could see a drop. So with that being said, short term we could see movement and drop. That means that we can project the same analysis on the gold. That means that for short term is getting weaker, and long term again will come back down, will be weak. Like short term dollar getting stronger, and then long term weaker. So if we project that information on gold, what we could see the same thing. We could see a doji here on gold on the 4 hour time frame, and from that doji we could see a drop on gold, probably coming back down to this level, okay, or below this level, and then we could see a bullish move or a sideways movement. Okay, so that is what we can project so far, and that is how in fact the trader does, because you can't understand the price movement for a very long period of time, because there is a lot of factors involved in it. But once you understand the short period of time, I mean, it's good enough for us to know. For example, if we see this movement like that, it's in fact a big trade, isn't it? One trade can give you everything. If this is hitting this 20 EMA, going according to the plan to this level, it could be a very good trade when we hold this one. So I think that USD CAD will tell the story of all the prices. I think that's gonna happen. The way this 20 period moving average and 10 period moving average separated for me is like that. And as I told you that I have trained my brain for reading this kind of price action for a long time. So in most cases I get right. I could be wrong, as I told you. So let's see what happened, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so guys, let me know in the chat what's your thought and what you are thinking about. Favor, tell me more story about trading psychology. You're learning more on the story. It helps us understand the market. Thanks in advance. No problems, Favor Shiplini. Thank you for your interest, and I really love talking about that also. Trading psychology is a part of our trading journey. Okay, now keep in mind that trading is all about, it's mostly about psychology. Okay, So trading is mostly about psychology. The reason is, see, if I give you a strategy, okay, if I give a back-tested winning strategy to, let's say, 10 different people, okay, and you see that in fact 10 people had a different 10 results in their strategy, in their results. So it is really important to know that in fact how you are implementing the strategy is very important. Okay, so with that in mind, psychology is very important. The way you will be trading is how you develop trading psychology. It's very important. So let me look at now if gold drop, CHF will drop to USD. Yeah, absolutely. So can you please check AUD USD? Absolutely, no problem. Great coach, no problems. AUD USD coach, no problem, sir. View on GBP USD. Yeah, absolutely. Look at it now. Let's look at GBP USD. Okay, guys. In the meantime, as I mentioned earlier, as you can see, we are trading a very good. We are spending a very good week. So if you want to learn our strategies and also trade with Forex Trading Wizard Academy, I will invite you to visit the website. There's a link in the description area. You can visit the website and join us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy to learn our strategies and also trade with us. We do trade every day, and also there is a lot of strategies that you can learn in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, including there is also custom indicators that available for our lifetime students. So if you are our lifetime members in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, you will be able to have that indicator, which will basically an automation of our TF or trend following strategy translated into a Pine script, as well as MT4 version also available. So whatever platform you are using, you can use that indicator in your platform. I could GBPusd, no problems. Joseph, so thank you, sir. Gold and Joseph, thank you, sir. Gold and NZD trade in the first week of joining my account, smiling with 300. Okay, very good, thank you. That's the main goal of these trades and all these strategies. So you made good money. That's really appreciated. Thank you very much. And that's the goal of this strategy and everything. So let's look at now. We are talking about GBP USD. So let's look at British Pound US Dollar. Okay, so we see that British Pound US Dollar previous session has created a hanging man, and then we have seen another drop. So looking at, let's do a full analysis, then we'll understand actually which way the market is heading. If you look at the bigger picture, we see that in fact GBP USD on the monthly perspective, this is a long term, as you can see, it's a long term bearish market. We have seen that. Now with that long term bearish market, what we have seen that in fact GBP USD created series of lower high and lower low on the monthly perspective. Now as you can see, the price was going back and forth a lot, but if you look at the overall price action, overall activities from the traders, what you can see that GBP USD is a long-term bearish. Okay, now how do you know a market is a long-term bullish or bearish? You only can know from the price action. Okay, so if you look at the health of the candles, okay, these candles in fact are some orders in the market. Okay, you see that there's a lot of orders in the market. So the more order in certain direction, the price will head in that direction. So we see that the red candles is stronger than the green candles, and also you can see series of lower high has been created. Now to create in such a strongly falling market a higher high is not easy for the buyers. It's really difficult for the buyers to create a higher high. So with that said, what we could see on GBP USD, the bias is drop. So let's look at now weekly. Now weekly perspective, we have seen as soon as market open some bullish move, which is expected. Now if you look at closely on the weekly time frame, see the higher time frame is so important because it will in fact give you a clear blueprint of how the price might move. Now if you look at the weekly candle, what you see that after opening this, the price has gone in this resistance zone, and we see again sell off is happening. Okay, now what we could see potentially on GBP USD is it is possible to test the trend line, and from that zone we could see drop now because long term price action is bearish on GBP USD. Now looking at daily, we have seen that the price failed to create a higher high on the daily perspective, and then we have seen the price now started to drop. Now looking at the intraday perspective on the 4 hour, we have seen that GBP USD created narrow two dodges and then it started to drop. Now look, this price action in absolute sense is really confusing to understand in fact which way the market is heading. As I told you that we need to see the bigger picture. If you look at weekly, it looks like bearish. Okay, if you look at the daily, we see some bullish move now coming back down. So looking at the intraday on GBP USD, this is the resistance. So it could happen something like, for example, the price came back here again and then had another bounce, tested this resistance, and from this resistance we could see drop. Okay, so as I told you, the way we trade in this kind of situation, when we see a false breakout, let's say we have seen a false breakout on gold and we shorted the gold and immediately closed where we have seen a good selling opportunity. So GBP USD, what we have seen that in fact the price coming back down to this level. Now based on how the news will come, how the USD will perform, GBP USD will act. Now there is a news coming on GBP USD which is after tomorrow. There will be really important news. So going back to intraday, the price action for me in this zone is bearish on GBP USD still. Okay, so let me know the chat. Okay, Nasser, Aussie yen please. Yeah, no problems. Rizban, GBP, Rabindra, GBP AUD. Coach, do you think DXY could drop to 108.05? Let me look at it. Calculate GBP USD, no problems. So let's see. Okay, so if we look at this one, just adjust it, guys, sorry for that. You might be seeing me a bit bigger. Okay, okay, let me know in the chat, guys, which one you are trading, so that I know in fact which one I'm gonna focus, because I'm more on observation on to see in fact which way the market is heading. Now sitting is more important than trading, as I told you before, and keep in mind that trading is really boring profession, and if you really want to be a trader, then first thing you need to do is find something. I will create a separate video on how you can do that. Always keep in mind that find something fun beside trading, okay? And that is the beauty of being a trader, is in fact to have a freedom. So use that freedom, okay? Even if you are a full-time trader, I'll not recommend to always sit and watch the market, unless you are scalping or even if you are day trading. Then I'll say that stay for certain period of time and engage in something else. Okay, so in the meantime, guys, let me know in the chat what's your hobby beside trading, or what's your interest in fact. So let's say everyone has a different interest. Beside your trading, are you interested in, I'll give you a couple of options and then I'll analyze some other pairs. Are you interested in music or spirituality, or you are interested in what I can say, science or traveling, or what your interest, like what's your interest, especially the hobby or interest beside trading, so that I know more about you. Let me look at the indices. Okay, so the indices US30, looking at monthly. Now we see that on the monthly perspective, US30, after this big bullish engulfer, we have seen that a narrow doji has been created. Okay, so with that narrow doji, what we have seen that the price came back down to this level and we have seen a bounce. Okay, now what I think that the price at worst case scenario could come to test this monthly trend line. Okay, and I don't think that the price will do any much further. Okay, and that could be a very important zone. Another case scenario could be that US30 even could go up and test this trend line. Okay, so looking at that, looking at the weekly, now this is the weekly candle. As you can see, a wickless candle on the weekly. Okay, wickless candle is always important. So, and also there is a doji here, you can see that. Let's readjust this price action on this. Now looking at daily, okay, so on the daily we see that there is a bullish candle, bullish engulfer. Today the price is very narrow, yet there isn't much volatility, and because of this news coming up for the election. Now this level is so important. Okay, the reason is reversal sometimes happens like that. Okay, you see there is a daily false breakout candle. The price is still below this resistance level. Okay, so if you look at in the past, what you see that the price normally reverse like that, create, move, go up and then reverse. Okay, in many cases you'll see like you see impulse correction, try to create a bullish move, reversed. So with that in mind, it is not impossible to see that US30 on the daily reversed from here. Okay, it is possible, but at the same time there is a probability also for bullish move. So then how I will be trading? See, this level that I have drawn the resistance on US30 is very important. The reason is this resistance is where there was a false breakout. Okay, this is the zone that where there was a false breakout, and from that resistance level but we have seen that the price created this move, came back here, created this inverted head and shoulder, again a rise. So the best practice will be, if we see a long wick candle, a rejection from this level creating a lower high like that, which happens in US30 most of the time, a big rejection, and then after little retracement we can sell US30. On the other hand, if we see that the price has broken this level, this resistance level, and the retesting, then we can consider going long on US30. So with that being said, let's see how we, as I told you, see the narrow dodges. So this narrow dodge is in fact signifying a lot of indecision in the market. Okay, so the reason is election. As I told you, this election is a big factor. Okay, big investors, they are not investing. For me, as I told you before earlier today in the previous session, that's how I look at news, is that could be a probability for false breakout. I see news as a, what I can say, that a confluence for false breakout. A lot of false breakout happen from news or any event. Let's forget about from events. So when there is an event, there is a false breakout. You see a lot of times. You remember that there was I was on live, then UK, someone on UK resigned, and there is a false breakout. British pound aggressively moved, and next day it started to reverse. So what happened is that there is a panic. When there is a panic, there's a lot of volume, like people close their position, especially closing creates a movement. Always keep in mind, when we think that when we trade the market moves, no, the market moves more on when we close the position, especially the big boys, because when you close your buy position, you're basically selling. It's a sell order. When you close your sell position, then you are buying. Okay, so you see this part here on gold. This is the gold chart, right? Yeah, this part on gold could be a false breakout. Okay, could be. And you see that, let me show you what I mean. You see that most of the time false breakout happen like this. You see that this move and one narrow candle, you see this part here is a false breakout. See exactly, and then see what happened, what move, and then see what move happened. You see big move to the downside, and a false breakout happen like that. It will go to a resistance and then will create an overextended market, and then it will consolidate, create a reversal pattern, and then will drop. Let me show you more examples like that. In all overextended market, the reversal happen like this. See, the same thing. There is a gap opening and a strong bullish candle. Looks like that the market changed its trend. A lot of buyers, retail traders start to buy, created a nice looking reversal and then drop. And this drop, in fact, was a massive drop. Let me show you more example like that. See, this one also same. The price came here and then aggressively moved, created a double top, head and shoulder, and then drop. Okay, so with that in mind, this move here could be a false breakout. Okay, now as I told you, we need to wait to see in fact what's happening, and then we can decide. It could be a valid breakout also. It could go up further and then could create a false breakout. Okay, so that is why we need to see in fact, let it be a false breakout, and then like this one, you see when it proved to be a false breakout, you have a lot of opportunity for selling, because when the price create a false breakout, okay, it in fact move with a big momentum. Every instrument, looking at euro dollar, I'll show you what I mean by this. You see, this is a false breakout, this move, okay, and when it proved to be a false breakout, the momentum is huge. You have a lot of opportunity for selling. Same thing here, euro dollar created a false breakout and there is a momentum in it, okay. Similarly, if gold proved to create a false breakout here, okay, then we have a lot of momentum in the market for selling. So for now, I think that some news is coming, probably due to the US session. We see some movement in the market. Yeah, so yeah, we see that so 8:22 a.m. in Sydney now, New York. So we see some movement coming, volume coming in the market, and that is the starting of both London and New York session together. And that's the reason, guys. This one I use, this app will be helpful if you want to use the free app. Let me tell you what it is. It's called let me show you on my mobile, so you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me take a screenshot and give it to you, so it will really help you to, it's a free app, okay. You see that all, because it's sometimes difficult to understand the market. Let me share on my PC and then I'll show you. Let me share on the group, and then from there I'll show you. So okay, so this one, okay, so this app called Forex Hour, okay, Forex Hours. So this one is basically a free app. I'm not associated with anything, I just use it in my academy. So this app, you'll find opening and closing market together in that app all the time, so you will not be confused with the timing, that is different location is changing, right? So we see some movement on gold, so we were right in our long position, but we closed it. Let's see what happened. As I told you, we need to see that gold has broken this resistance, and then we can, on the retest, if we see it is holding, then we can go long. Otherwise, we'll remain observant in this market, okay. Hopefully guys, you guys are enjoying. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. I'll count 2 to 0 so that you remember. Give a big thumbs up, smash it when you give a like, and smash the like button. That really helps, because the more likes comes, YouTube algorithm pick the video, put at the top, and you are at the top, and I want you to always see that you are at the top. So as I mentioned earlier, the election really plays a very important role in this market, and we could see some movement based on that. And early today in our earlier session, we talk about it, that you can't predict the price based on the result. Instead, what we observe is how the price is behaving, behavior of the price in relation to the news, and then we understand either should go short or long. Now, we do have a specific strategy that accounts news and price action. So it accounts the regular news announcement, which is incredibly powerful, guys. Let me show you. We didn't trade it because we had this one, but let me show you this one here, okay. This one, this candle, you see the buy signal on AUD USD. According to our strategy, it's a trend following strategy. You can find this indicator in your dashboard if you are a lifetime member. and this indicator will in fact will give you exact buy or sell signal candle. Okay, now this one is according to our news and price action trading strategy. Okay, so if you are our lifetime member, you should be able to access this in your student dashboard. If you are not, I will invite you to join us, to visit us. The link in the description, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. Go to the website. There is a discount going on. Join lifetime access plan. This is the best trading education you will ever find. I know that trading is hard, but it makes very simply there. You can learn it. So with that in mind, let me look at some other pairs. Let's look at USD ZAR, guys. USD ZAR, looking at weekly. Now this is a long-term bull market. If you look at the monthly, you'll see that USD ZAR, in fact, on the monthly perspective, it has created a very strong impulsive move from here. Okay, this is an impulse on the monthly. If we take our Fibonacci from the starting of this impulse to the end of the impulse, we see that the price still didn't retrace the standard Fibonacci, which is the minimum 38.2, or we could see 61.8. But as I told you, that the dollar, if dollar gets stronger, somehow we might not see that retracement. But on the monthly, we see that this, in the first week we have seen a drop. Now the price action is in a zone where we could see movement to the upside. You remember that before, what did I say? When you see a candle like that, a doji kind of candle or middleman, when you see the price is at the top part of the week, you see the price created a lower high coming back down, and from the bottom part, if it creates a higher low and rejected, so normally half of the week and half of the week respected. So with that sense, if you look at this monthly doji, you see that already the price respected the half of the upper week and then rejected. Because it's a long-term bull market, now we can expect the lower half to be respected. So that with that sense, we can expect now a push on USD ZAR on the lower time frame. Weekly perspective, after the previous weekly bearish angle for this week, we have seen that weekly low is broken. Now we see some movement to the upside. Daily, you see the daily back-to-back 2 days drop. Now the price is going up. What I think that now you see there is a daily 20 period moving average crossover. I think the price will go up again. Probably even will test this neckline, sorry guys, and from that zone we could see rejection. So on the intraday perspective, now we are seeing that USD ZAR, there was a big move happen. You can see that from this zone, strong drop, correction. Now the price is going up again. What I think that, let's draw a line on the daily zone where there is a 20 period moving average, and on the intraday we see that on that zone there is back-to-back 2 candle. This one has a liquidity middleman, and we see that the price in fact created a strong drop. So it could happen that the price went there again, probably will test this level, and then we could see again coming back down. That's how the price moves. So the price will never move in one direction all the time. Always keep in mind, guys. Okay, so let me check the chat, guys. Right, very good, thank you very much. GJ selling. Let's look at GBP USD gold, no problems. Dove NAS100, yeah, absolutely, Mohanad. US30 and US oil, please. We'll look at it. NAS100, we'll look at it. US30, no problems. Playing tennis and golf chart, very good, very good. Sports is, I like sports, very good. I really don't know. That's also fine, completely fine. Chess, okay, very good. Reading philosophies, spirituality, listening to music, very good habit. Meditation, walking, very good. Meditation, wow, that's awesome. Dollar yen, just trading for earning purpose, very good. It should be universe, yeah, absolutely. Any hobby, no problems. Not having hobby is also a hobby. Listening to music, no problems. Study history, music, very good. Coach is the indicator, invites only, will look at it. My hobby is studying and prayers, very good, no problems. Helen, lifetime membership only, no problems. GU plays euro dollar, watching soccer games and want to be a coach, very good. You can be a coach, anything you can be. Euro dollar, no problems. Aussie dollar, I'm going on AUD CAD. Okay, I'm long on AUD CAD. Look at it, please. Okay, I'm looking at it. Wow, very good. Meditation and go to gym, very good. I see that absolutely. Dogecoin and DX. Okay, very good. I see that every one of you are amazing. AUD appear to be very weak based on Marco, maybe indication that gold is creating a false breakdown before next. Okay, yeah, that's could happen. Coach, the indicator is better only. Can I search on TradingView? Helen, yeah, this is an invite only. This indicator available only for the lifetime members who are trading with us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Okay guys, so yeah, I got a very good idea of all of you. See, every one of you have the extracurricular activities habit. I am fully resonating with you. That's amazing. Every habit that you have is healthy. I really proud of all of you. It's very good that you have that habit, and I'm fully resonating with you. Okay, that is why we are so in tune. Very good. See, in this world now, this time is really crucial that you have this kind of healthy habit in your life. It's very important, that there is a symbol called okay, I have a puzzle for you guys. Let's tell you the puzzle, and then I will jump onto analysis and I will see the answer. Really, it will be a fun puzzle. Okay, the puzzle is, let's say a man or a woman, doesn't matter, a man or a woman, no problem, or a human. Okay, a human have a hand, okay, one hand, and that hand is just, there's only one hand, and it's just exactly in the middle of his chest. Now the answer, I'll tell you, the answer cannot be middle hand, okay. Instead of middle hand, like I'm saying, you might say, okay, it's a middle hand. No middle hand, it's not the answer. What will be the answer? Like, how can you define this hand? So let's say a man or a human have a hand exactly in the middle of his chest. How can you define, or what will be the name of this hand? Okay, can anybody answer this question, or what's your answer? Let me know in the chat. So in the meantime, let me look at euro dollar, okay, and then we'll jump onto other pairs. So euro dollar monthly perspective, guys. Euro dollar on the monthly in a very important zone. Okay, why it is important zone? The price already, as I told you, this is a long-term bear market. Every month the price was creating series of lower high and lower low. Okay, so with that said, big drop on the monthly, strong drop. We have seen first of all a narrow candle on the monthly, which is in fact a bearish candle because it has a long wick at the top, means there is a selling happen. Now, as soon as this month's open, we have seen after retesting of this support, we have seen that the price started to rise up. Okay, now with this long wick, what we have seen that the price in fact created now you see that if you look at the monthly, every month the price maintaining a series of lower high. If euro dollar has an impulse to the upside, okay, it will be very difficult for the price to break this resistance because every month it was creating a series of lower high and it's a very long-term downtrend. So in case if it breaks this level, then we could see an overextended market for potential shorting opportunity. But let's see now on the weekly what's happening. Now on the weekly, there was this impulse created a lower high with this weekly candle, and then what we have seen that there was a previous week a narrow doji from this level. This week the market opened with a gap, and then we have seen that the price in fact created a kind of candle that we can't say neither bullish nor bearish. Okay, it could even remain in the sideway. Okay, let's look at now on the lower time frame. On the daily we have seen a big bullish candle followed by another bullish candle. Now the price is coming down. Okay, so it is a really crucial point that which way the price is heading. On the intraday perspective, we see that back-to-back two dojis and then drop, hanging man. So what I think that, guys, this price, as I told you, if gold creating a false breakout, this zone could be a false breakout even. Okay, not concluding to the, just I'm saying that probability, because the market has little less volatility. That means that we will be observing the price action. Why it is a probability for a false breakout is because, see, in fact, if you look at like that, this market, it should be reversing from here, right? It should be a reversal because there is a strong rejection here, big rejection in the direction of the major trend. The price went there, created a lower high. It should come back down, should be like this, right? But instead we have seen a movement that in fact has caused it to go up. But because this zone, the one that we have drawn here, is a monthly resistance, and if the price we see that not finding enough fuel to the upside, it could remain as a false break and continue to drop, could continue to drop. So that is why we will be remaining observant until we see that. Once we see that it's a false breakout, we'll jump on a trade. Okay, that is what we do. And if you want to jump with us, as I told you, you can join us, the link in the description area. So let me look at the chat, guys. No, not middleman, the answer, as I told you, you can't say middleman, it's a hand. So other than middleman, middle hand, what will be the answer? What's your answer? CHFJPY, please. Yeah, look at it. David, thanks coach. Intraday 15:30 means 1 hour. I could be bearish, things going well, but when trend changes, I see price action changing, but for some reason I'm reluctant to change my bias fast till too late. Yeah, David, absolutely appreciated. No problems at all. I mean, gold, please. Yeah, look at it. Euro AUD chat. What's your hobby? Okay, very good question. What's my hobby? I'll talk about it. I'm holding trade. Sell. Do you think will drop? Okay, no problems. Dogecoin, no problems. EU analysis. The gym, playing snooker and table tennis. Very good. NCDK, very good, thank you very much. Udizzy, Jane, Lance, Laura, well, no problems, only hand, Chad, bears, body and hand, soul hand, middleman, handyman, can you check? Okay, center hand. Okay, so I saw that many of you came up with many answers, so let me tell you what it is. Okay, you shouldn't be wait too much. So when you see that a man or a human, okay, normally what we see that a human has two hands, right? Oops. So a human has this hand and this hand, right? So we say this one is a right hand, okay, you say this one, we say this one is a left hand, right? Now what I wanted to mean is that when you say right hand, you need a left hand, okay, you need a relative, another hand to define the other hand. So when you say a left hand, you need a right hand. When you say a right hand, you need a left hand. So when you say left, you in fact create a right, okay? When you say right, you create a left, because one cannot exist without the other. You cannot say this hand either a left hand or a right hand. The reason is, to say a left hand, you need a right hand. I know you might be just being confused on it, but if you truly understand, a lot of problem will be solved in your life. See, you see this day and night, okay? Day, night, we define it like this, right? Now, can you imagine a day without night? Let's say there is no night from the birth of this world. Can you find a day? You see a day because there is a night. You see a night because there is a day. It's very important you understand it. So that's why that you see that good and bad and everything comes according to that rules, okay? So when you understand it, you understand that actually everything is one, okay? One continuum. You can't separate one thing from the other, okay? You cannot separate day from the night. You can't separate right from the left. But in the mind we think separated. That is what I tried to make you understand. Hopefully that you understood. We'll discuss more. Let's go back to gold. I know that you are running a trade. First you need to solve this problem in the trading. So let's look at on the monthly perspective again on gold. Now again I'm going back to the old story on gold. That when you look at more and more on the same thing, it becomes very easy to understand, and that is why I repeat. I know that it feels like repetitive or boring, but trading is like that, and that is why I try to create some other environment, some other things, so that you don't feel bored. On the monthly, as I told you that gold is in the monthly resistance level, okay, which is the previous support zone on the monthly turning resistance, and the price already has broken this level, okay? Now from here, if you look at the history, look at the past, exactly this is in 2012, exactly the same kind of pattern. You see that on the monthly there is a double top, and then the price has broken down, and then there is a narrow doji on the monthly. So how does this narrow doji formed? You see this narrow doji formed. In fact, there was a lot of consolidation in this month. That means the price just gone up and down, up and down, up and down like that, okay? So this is possible even here as well. We are in the same place. It is possible for gold to come back and forth in this support and resistance, and to close as a narrow monthly doji just to break down this support, okay? So if that's the case, then if you look at the weekly, we could say that this is a false breakout possible, that on the weekly probably it is creating a doji, and the other one doji next week, and if this week closes as a doji, this is the second week of the month, there will be remaining 2 more weeks, right? And the next week may be a doji, and then the other week may be a false breakout and then drop. That's how normally the price does, like that. Now looking at the daily, so far this resistance on the daily has not been broken yet. Okay, the price created and overextended to the downside, and then we see some bullish move happening. Okay, so looking at intraday on the 4 hour, which is closing after 13 minutes, this candle, after this bullish candle we see another narrow candle. This candle now closing after 13 minutes, so far it's still bullish. Okay, now with that candle it is possible to open another one to the upside. Okay, what I think in fact it is creating a reversal. I think so. Okay, you'll see that probably the price has gone up again, will create a lower high here, and then we could see reversal. For me, I think gold creating a false breakout. Okay, yeah, I think so. So I will tell you not to trade now, because for me there is no trade here unless you are trading on 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. In 1 hour or in the 4 hour, I do not have any trade now here. Okay, because it's in a narrow range. What you saw that the price created a lower high in this level, lower low, so it is in fact still in a bullish flag. Okay, something like that. Unless we see the price has broken this and again created a retest, then we can't buy or sell. So if you look at the 1 hour chart again, 1 hour chart is in fact sometimes very effective to understand the lower time frame price action. We see there is a long wick candle on gold. Okay, this long wick candle is very, very important, because this candle will give you an indication where is the support and resistance in relation to that candle. Okay, there is a huge manipulation here. Now with that resistance on the gold, which is turning a support here, what I see that gold in fact created a structure like that. Okay, so this is on the lower time frame, this is a bullish structure, you see that. So the price normally should be like that. Okay, bullish, should be breaking like that, but as you know that the market does this all the time. We saw the same pattern here. You see that bullish structure, and then instead of breaking to the upside, it created series of lower high and then broken down. So the only thing that we have in the gold market is this market is overextended for the short-term perspective. Okay, so that is why this zone could be a element of false breakout. You see, when the market become overextended like that, the same thing here, when it became overextended here in relation to this high, we have seen a drop. Okay, and if you look at another thing is, you see that most of the time this kind of false breakout happen when it breaks a very long wick candle. You see, this is the long wick candle, a very long wick candle. The price has broken this high and then created an overextended market and then drop. Okay, you see this all the time happens in the market. So there is a probability for gold to create a false breakout. You might say, okay, then when do I trade? For me, to create to make it as a true false breakout, it needs an effort to break this resistance level. Okay, like you see, this happens all the time like this. It needs to have an effort to break this resistance, because when you see a market is truly bullish like that, okay, as a rule of thumb, it should be breaking to the upside, but it hasn't showed any effort to break to the upside. It could do a false breakout and then could come back down. Okay, so that could be a good sign that it is in fact a false breakout. I mean the lower time frame false breakout and then coming back down. Okay, so based on how the price action is forming, we will do that, but for now we just observing the price action as there is an election, and we need to see in fact which way the market is heading. Okay guys, so let's look at chasing. Okay, very good, both hand, no problems. Gbpusd, no problems. Rajib, right now I have no open position, I'm just observing with you, coach, no problems. Market price action is really confusing from me. Yeah, Rajib, a little bit of confusing, as I told you, is because of now the news is coming up, and that's good for us. When there is a confusion, it might create a new opportunity. It's good for us. Beban, hello sir, thoughts on dollar yen? Do you think dollar is weak and that is pairs? We'll look at dollar yen, no problems. Now for GBP JPY, please look at it. Chinmoy says something in language. Hello boss, please euro dollar and DXY. Thanks, no problems. Yusuf Abdullah Abidul, please let's check DXY. Okay, let's look at DXY and then GJ, and then I'll look at other pairs. So let me look at DXY. In the meantime guys, don't forget to smash the like button and also hit that subscribe button, okay, and press that bell notification so that you don't miss out any of the content. And at the same time guys, if you're anyone looking for a regulated broker, I'm giving you a link in the chat for EverTrade. They are regulated and you can open an account using this link. Once you use this link, you should have a bonus in your trading account after you trade sometime. So that will really support our academy. Also, you can start using trading with even minimum amount, or whatever account you have, you can start with them. Okay, I put a link. They are regulated, so your money will be in the safe hand, and also there is no commission with them, and you get a bonus. So that's a good effort if you do that. Thank you very much. So let's look at now dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen first of all. Okay, dollar yen looks like that so far the price action is bearish. There was a daily doji. Okay, looking at monthly, this is a long-term bull market, as I told you. It's a long-term bullish market, but the price is at the top, which is a really historically high price on dollar yen. It's a very strong vertical bullish market in dollar yen. Now with that strong momentum on dollar yen, what we have seen that in fact the price has created this reverse. Now the coming down means that we could expect retracement on this one, because it's a long-term bull market. What I think that either dollar yen will come to the low of this monthly week. As I told you before that how the market moves, when you see this kind of reversal, what I think that dollar yen will come to the monthly low. So either it will reject from half of this monthly week. So if you draw this one here, we could see that the price either rejecting from here, or it could break the monthly low, create an overextended market, and then could reverse. Now if we take our Fibonacci with that respect to add more confluences on our analysis, we could see that this level exactly fall in between 38.2% Fibonacci level, which is considered as minimum Fibonacci. Some Fibonacci trader use that. So with that said, we have a probability for dollar yen to come back down here. Weekly, we have seen back to back every week's dojis and lower high and lower low. This week after going up retracement, we see some drop, and we already have a level that we are expecting, which is pretty reasonable for weekly perspective as well. Now what I think that dollar yen might do here, as I told you, a long red candle probably coming back to this level, breaking this monthly low, and then probably will have another bullish move. So looking at daily now, we see that there is a daily doji, okay, and it crossed the 20 period moving average on the daily and then closed back below. So the price action for me here looks like that it's bearish. I think that it will already, if you look at daily bottom of the daily candle, we see that the price already, there is a daily trend line which has primarily has broken. Now looking at the intraday, we have seen the price action. You see there is a strong bearish candle, false breakout followed by a doji, and then another bearish candle with a false breakout, another bearish candle with a false. So every time the price was going up for a retracement on the intraday or 4-hour time frame, we see that false breakout, quite a few false breakout, signaling potential drop to this level. So dollar yen for me is bearish. Now this candle is going to close after 1 hour 30 minutes. For me, it has in fact created a bearish price action. Now this candle remaining above this previous swing low, that means that we might see one more in this direction, then we could see a drop. Okay, so with that being said, dollar yen for me, after retracement to the upside, we could see further drop in this instrument. Okay guys, so make sure you smash the like button guys, and also let me look at watches. So please, can you check Aussie dollar and NZD USD, or look at it, check coach Aussie dollar, yeah, AUD CHF check, no problems, thank you very much. So let me look at now AUD USD and NZD USD. Looking at AUD USD, now as I told you that because gold is in indecision, AUD USD also in indecision, so they're fully correlated, gold and AUD USD. So if we look at AUD USD, long-term bearish, there was a monthly doji. This month tested the lower part of the doji, now going to test the upper part of the doji. Okay, so this is an interesting price action. Let's look at the weekly. There is already weekly, previous week there was a candle that has created a lower low and lower high. What I think that from the weekly perspective, I don't see very strong reason for breaking on AUD USD on the weekly, because first of all there is this, you see this pin bar is very very important. This weekly pin bar, it has grabbed a huge liquidity from the previous week's high. So this is a weekly pin bar that has grabbed liquidity in it, and with that liquidity grab, the price created a series of lower high Now this week the price still has created lower high, but based on how the next price action is forming will be really important for us. So you can't predict now EUR USD either breaking or coming back down, but long-term trend is the bias is still bearish. Okay, looking at the 4-hour, we see that this resistance is still being respected. There's a long wick candle, you see that there's a long wick candle. Though the price is creating, you see that series of higher low on this resistance. So when you see price action creating series of higher low, it's a sign of breakout, but at the same time it is creating series of lower high. Very interesting. So what we need to see is either create a false breakout and coming back down, or just melting down. For me, it's less likely to be bullish. Okay, because if you look at from very bigger bird's eye view, okay, bird's eye view, what you see that in fact, let's delete all of them. You see here lower high, you see here, you see every time lower high. So, and at the same time we see a higher low, lower high, and then broken. So you see a higher low, we can expect further drop, okay, from a structural point of view. So let's see what happened after the news announcement. We'll see in fact which way the market is heading. But for me, I think that highly likely that gold, euro dollar, Aussie dollar, I think this week we might see range bound until clear result from the news. High probability that Friday will be really a big day for the traders, because Friday is when you will see all the instruments start to break down. USD, CAD, GBP, CAD, USD. In the meantime, on the short term, yeah, we'll be trading smaller trade like we did today on gold and some other pairs. So yeah, if you want to trade this with us, as I told you, in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, and also learn our strategies, I'll invite you to join our academy. You can find a link in the description area. You can visit us, and also learn, if you have any question, you can use the live chat. The live chat agent always there to help you. If you have any question, it's always answer. Thank you very much. Okay, Larry said, don't you have to analyze? Yeah, DXY, what everyone has a different approach. So with DXY, let's say when I analyze gold, I understand what's happening. When I analyze euro dollar, so they're normally almost in the same boat. Okay, yeah, DXY, so let's say now DXY, if we see that DXY is bearish, then we see the reflection in all instrument. So that is why sometimes even I don't need to analyze DXY to understand how the dollar is performing. Instead, let's say if you go to the euro dollar, okay, you see the same kind of reflection on DXY. Okay, so the same board, same kind of price action, always same kind of false breakout, everything is same. So DXY, some of you like DXY analysis. Yeah, I do same thing, but because I have a very long experience, because of that, when I look at one pair, I understand actually which way. Even if I look at US30, okay, most of the time I understand which way the market is heading, because it's all about USD versus rest of the world. Okay, so when USD getting stronger, if you see that USD is stronger, US30 will drop. Okay, gold will drop, all the Aussie dollar will drop, GBP USD will drop, euro dollar will drop, all the same going in the same direction. When dollar getting weaker, all of them will rise. So you see the same thing is happening. So that is why when I look at one, I get an idea about what other pairs are doing. Looking at again DXY to do an analysis fully. Okay, so if we look at monthly DXY, we see that the price tested this trend line, nice looking trend line on the monthly, and now trying to break this support, okay, which is still not there, but trying to break this support. Looking at the weekly, after the previous week's strong rejection, this week we have seen that the price already has broken the bottom of this doji, guys. Now what could happen on DXY? See, there is one probability for DXY, high probability, is that you see this middleman here, it has a doji, it has a wick, right? Wick means like this tail, and this doji also has a bottom, right? So as I told you that the market movement, how it moves, when you see a candle like that, okay, let's say it has here like this a middleman, in most cases what you can see, the price came half of the week and then gone up, tested the half of the week. Another thing, if you see a doji like that, and once you see the doji is broken bottom, create an overextended market, immediately you could see a reversal from here to the upside. So if you combine both of them, for this doji it has already broken the low, and for this middleman it has already half of the week. If you combine both, there is a high probability now DXY to go up. You see how I think? I'm transferring this knowledge to you. So now, with that being said, for me, short term DXY might get stronger. So that means that euro dollar gold might come back down, and that is why I started to think that it is gonna be a false breakout. See, instead of thinking about, like, let's say early today I talked about this on about news announcement, like, see, if you like, if I look at a lot of confluences, what is news said, what is this said, then ultimately I will get lost. Okay, there is only the market either may go up, may go down, or may go in a sideway. But if I look at a lot of things, then I might get confused. So that is why the best way is, see, you are following me, you are my students, yeah, you can look at my analysis. I always appreciate that. And also, if you are following anyone else, if you think that he or she is doing well, yeah, you can look at their analysis, but look at one and then go for it. Also look at your own analysis instead of looking at, if you look at a lot of factors, then you might get fully confused, which happened to me as well. So for me, I think that let's see what happened this one, and then we'll look at it. Looking at the daily, we have seen an wickless daily candle, 4 hour. So it could happen, as I told you that. So DXY might come back down a little bit and then going up and then coming down like that. So let's go back to gold again. So with that said, what I think that gold might stay in this range for some time, and then we'll see what happened. Okay, based on that we'll decide in fact which way we'll be trading. Okay guys, this is the first time I asked you to ask for a UDK. Okay, sorry about the drag. Let's look at, as you know that I have to cover everyone, and sometime I might get no problems. Thank you very much. I think answer okay, thank you so much for analysis without bias. No problems, thank you very much. No problems, thank you Raghav, that's awesome. Let's look at AUD-CAD. In fact, sometime you know that I actually have to cover everything Okay, so let's look at AUD CAD. Looking at monthly. Okay, so on the monthly, AUD CAD is long time bearish. Okay, how do you know? If you look at this monthly price section, we see that every month the price was creating series of lower high, so it's a long term bearish market. Now with that long term bearish market, we have seen that the price created an impulse correction. Now it is in another impulsive phase, so the trend, long term trend, is bearish. Okay, now if we look at short-term price section, like not short-term, recent price section, we see that there is a monthly middleman here. Okay, the price came up, penetrated the previous monthly high. So for me, the price action looks like bearish, because if gold create a false breakout, AUD USD become weaker, AUD CAD also will become weaker. So we relate all this information together, and we, from that fundamental perspective, from the technical perspective, AUD CAD looks like that long-term trend is bearish. The price already tested the upper part, so it is highly likely that it's gonna be bearish. Looking at the weekly, back-to-back two dodges. Now we see primarily a move to the upside, created a lower high with the weekly. We can expect now a drop. Okay, so we see, now look at daily. We have seen that in fact every day creating series of lower high. Today, after back-to-back two green candles, today we see the price is creating a doji. So daily little bit of bullish. Now let's look at the intraday. Intraday. Okay, what I think that, guys, AUD CAD could do, you see this long wick candle that I said yesterday. If we go to the half of this long wick candle and draw a line with this level, the price still did not test it fully with this long wick candle. And if we draw a trend line with that long wick candle, I think that what AUD CAD could do, okay, so for AUD CAD, but I think that the price will go up, will test this resistance, and from here we could see a drop. Okay, so for me it's a long-term bearish, so I will be on the sell side. But for me, I think that it might have another spike. If you look at daily, this candle is still not fully developed. Okay, after the back-to-back two daily bullish candle this day, after from this moving average we have seen some bullish move. I think that on the lower time frame we could see some movement to the upside, and from that level we could see bearish move. So AUD CAD long-term bearish, short-term we see some bullish move, but I don't think that this move will stay further. After from this zone we could see some drop. Okay, so for me bias is bearish. Thank you, no problems, very much appreciated, all of you guys. Thank you very much for your like and subscribe and your support, always appreciated. So look at US oil. Okay, looking at the monthly US oil, from the monthly resistance we have seen a bounce. Looking at the weekly, we see that the price created an overextended little bit and then some bounce. Looking at daily, back-to-back 2 days doji. The US oil and gold almost similar kind of price action is creating. Okay, we have seen a head and shoulder on US oil. Okay, and then from this level, from this head and shoulder, what we have seen that the price created a doji, and with the doji this is for our, you know what I think that US oil going to do is going to go up again from here. Okay, will probably will go to this zone again. Okay, as when you see this kind of long wick candle, it normally doesn't leave unchecked. Okay, you see this long wick candle, the price tested this level. I think that it will go up again, and from that level we could see some drop. Okay, because the price already has dropped to this level, which will, in fact, if you look at the daily candle, you see the daily doji already tested the lower half of the daily low of the daily candle, and then start to bulls start to push the price high. And with that said, we could see some uprise, and again from this level we could see a drop. So for me, I don't see any trade for now on US oil. Okay, I would say that if I see, let's say, as I told you, that if I see a rejection from here after a long week with a short week, I have a specific strategy on this, on that zone, and then I will be selling US oil. Otherwise I will remain in the sideline to see what's happening. Okay guys, so yeah, I mean, I'll look at it, favor NZD CAD, no problems, gold high. Okay, so let's look at okay, looking at NZD CAD. I think that this instrument is moving in a sideways now. Weekly, when you see this kind of big gap opening, in most cases you see that the price in fact move in a sideways. Okay, so we saw a very big gap, and NZD CAD, for me, the daily trend is still bullish, but I don't see that strong bullish move yet. You see this narrow candle, because as I told you, this week the price could be little bit in a range bound. Looking at the weekly now, if we see, let's say, for example, if it cannot break this weekly high this week, then we might see some drop. Okay, so looking at the daily, the price is still remaining below this long wick candle. Okay, so it's moving in a sideways NZD CAD, but looks like that trying to create some downward move on the lower time frame. On the 4 hour, you see there is a hanging man followed by a red candle. So you might see, even if it cannot break this long wick candle, we could see the price is coming back down here on the trend line again. Okay, yeah, so that could be the situation. Once you see clear direction, we'll consider trading. For now, little bit of slow movement in the market, as I told you, due to the news. I'm just looking at all the instrument, guys, to see in fact which one is doing what. Your AUD NZD is in a sideways, AUD CAD, Aussie CHF, all of them in a sideways. Aussie Yen. Okay, so guys, I'm almost at the end of the session. I see that most of the pairs we have covered. Yeah, gold some movement to the upside, which is good. To this bullish engulfer, we have seen a middleman. Now we see some movement to the upside. So let it go up, and then we'll see in fact what happened. I sincerely believe that, guys, you are enjoying this session. Make sure you subscribe and like, and also if you wanna learn our strategies and also trade with us in a private group, you can join us, link in the description. So we have seen a candle close that on USD CAD, strong bearish engulfer followed by a doji. which is a continuation pattern. Let's see what happened. USD CAD, the price action is bearish. You see there is a long bearish engulfer followed by a doji. It's a continuation pattern. Now what I think, first it needs to break down completely, then we can consider shorting. Okay, USD CAD price action here is bearish. Okay, it is possible for it to drop. So if it drops, then the dollar weaker, okay, than CAD. Yep. So with that said, I'm gonna end this session. So far we have seen that some weakness in dollar, sometime getting stronger, sometime getting weaker. Let's see what happens. After we see clear direction, then we will be opening trade on dollar pairs. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm gonna end this session, guys. Hopefully that you guys enjoyed, and make sure you leave a comment if you have any questions still. So today is basically Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. There are some more trades coming soon. Tomorrow will probably be very volatile. We'll open trade in the live session event, hopefully that on Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. And in the meantime, guys, make sure you check it out everything, and also make sure you manage your risk. I'll see you tomorrow same time, twice, during London session and during the New York session. So I might start this session half an hour earlier as you guys are requested, and I'll check the first session. Maybe I'll push a little bit later, and this one will push a little bit earlier so that you can adjust. Thank you very much. You'll see notification, and then we'll go from there. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Okay, OT watch, okay, touch. So AUD USD we have looked at. Let me look at NZD USD and then I'll finish. So NZD USD, like AUD USD, as I told you, the price action is in a sideways. Okay, it's still not sure either it is going to break out or it created a false breakout. The way we see here on NZD USD, you can see the resistance is still intact, right? So it could be that it came back down, created a false breakout and then start to shoot up, or it could create a false breakout to the upside and then coming back down. So based on, as I told you, we need to see, look at this price action is in a purely sideways. So long-term trend, if you look at, is bearish, but NZD looking like a little bit of bullish than any other pair. So we might see during the news or during the an event, we might see a spike and then could see reversal. So we'll look at it. For me, if you are on a trade, then I'll say that, I don't know if you are on a trade or no, but for me, I don't see any trade. Most of the pair has a very little volatilities, moving in a sideways. Always stay away from the sideways. We are just observing. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.